What if I tell you that a successful salesperson is not the ones to make a lot of sales? A successful salesperson to me are the ones who's able to avoid from the smallest to the biggest mistakes. And doesn't matter if you make 20 sales, 50 sales, 100 sales, because you're a good salesperson. But how about the sales that you lose from not being able to anticipate very expensive mistakes that cost you more sales lost than sales made? Let me break down to you 5 big mistakes most salespeople probably intentionally, unintentionally, consciously, and unconsciously. Let me just share that with you right now. Number 1, overloading your prospect with information. Just remember, when you're in any selling process, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's cold calling, only you as a salesperson have the list of benefits, have full knowledge of the ins and outs of your product. Your client on the other line is just listening to your presentation and really just trying to absorb what you're trying to sell to him. So please remember, don't overload your prospect with too much information. Number 2, failing to ask for the sale. Have you ever heard of the saying, close or be closed? Failing to ask for the sale is simply an attitude that a salesperson have when you're not so confident about yourself, or when you have not really trained yourself enough to know when is the time or when the time is right to ask for the sale. In that thought, when do you actually ask for the sale? Personally, having been a salesperson for 2.5 decades, my personal advice, the time to close the sale is at least you've given 3 major benefits in your product. You can't attempt to close a sale when you've just given 1 benefit or you've not really illustrated the value of your product. But don't get me wrong, we don't want to put all the eggs in one basket. So failing to ask for the sale is simply you making a good presentation, but very hesitant to ask for the sale and allowing your client to be the one to drive the whole presentation, allowing your client to delay the decision making, or allowing your client to close you more than you actually should be the one closing them. Number 3, talk about price too early. When you talk about the price too early, you know already that the client or the prospect will shift its mind to the dollars, I suppose, to what are the benefits that I should actually enjoy? What are the values of your product? So my advice on this is very simple. You should be talking about the price of your product after you have presented the most valuable benefit in your program. For instance, identify which is the most valuable certificate or valuable benefit that goes with numbers to basically allow your client to not care about the price. Because after all, if you're telling me that the price for this product is $1,000, but you as a very good sales consultant is able to present to me the value and the savings and all those benefits would comes to about $2,000. Now, number 4, not leveraging technology. We live in the day and age where we should be using and abusing the technology to promote our brand, our sales, and ourselves. So what I wanted to share with you right now is a little tip that I've done in many of my sales training videos. So don't exit on the video yet, because this one is a very, very good one. Leveraging technology. Technology, what do we use as salespeople? We use our tablets, we use our handphone or our smartphone, and for the most part, whatever extra tools you have in your business to connect, to promote, and to leverage your customers or your prospects' analytics. Now, if I'm actually not making use of that as a salesperson, and my competitors are using that, can you just imagine how behind I am or you are as a salesperson if you are not on the same level as most of your competitors? So what I do is, as an example, if I am actually following up my sales, everyone is sending message, everyone is sending an email to the same prospect you and I are trying to close and trying to recruit as our client, as our member, as our business partner, as an investor. So what do you do? What should you do to be ahead of the game? Use the technology to follow up like no other.
Wow.
I'll give you a quick role play. I'm not going to message, I'm not going to email Mr. Smith to follow him up of his decision. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my smartphone, create a very short video message, and this is how it's going to go. It's my handphone. Hi, Mr. Smith. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well, and I'm just touching base with you to remind you that we do have an appointment on Friday at 5 p.m. And by the way, what we will discuss on Friday will be those 3 certificates that you are entitled to, which allows you to save $8,500 upon usage within the year of your enrollment. So just keep that in mind, and I will explain to you how that's going to work, how the mechanics work for you. Just going to make sure that you fully understand all your benefits, all your privileges, and all your savings. So Mr. Smith, I'll speak to you soon. Have a good day, sir. Bye for now. I can also send him a text message. I can also send him an email. But I know that there's so many reasons why that can no longer be as effective as back in the day, because the competition is so high, it's so tough. So in 2025, you should be doing something out of the ordinary, something related to the technology and making use of the technology as your way to follow up sales. Or, this is a bonus tip, don't leave me yet. If you're doing your sales presentation, don't use papers, flyers anymore to impress your client on your face-to-face presentation. Make sure you have your gadget, your tablet, and make sure all your presentations, all the slides are very well put together. So when you see your client face-to-face, you're again using the technology to help wow your client, to help present in a more sophisticated way your product. And this is something I recommend for 2025. Let me know in the comment section if this is something exciting for you or this is something that you would like to try. And finally, number 5. When you ignore the nonverbal signal or cues from your client, you're making the biggest mistake. Say, for example, you're doing face-to-face selling, but because you're so caught up with yourself, because you're so caught up with, I need to make a sale, I need to close a sale. What happens then is you're not paying attention, or you lose focus on the nonverbal cues that your client is giving you. And sometimes nonverbal cues are the reason for you to navigate your way to, is it time to close? Am I overloading him with information? Did I talk the price too early? Have I not used the right technology to put him in a position where nonverbal cues would no longer be a struggle? Ignoring nonverbal cues, this is really very detrimental to any salesperson, because it could either be a reason for them to set to buy or a reason for them not to buy. I hope this helps you. If you want many of these training materials, I'm just warming up for 2025. More training videos coming up, and I'll see you on the next one. Please check out the next video. It's right up here. And this is the continuation of the mistakes salespeople of all industries. Please avoid it and enjoy this beautiful day. Have a good day, guys. Bye.